we've had quite a few questions in from the group this week, right? For you to ask me to ask you. And one of them actually that came up yesterday, and I thought best I put it to you, having run such a huge, formidable company as S3. Why is it some of the best companies do better when the boss is away?
Oi, oi, oi. Well, they never do. But in truth, they do. I tell you, it's a genius question, and I don't know who came up with it, but I totally get the gig. When I went on holiday, I think there was an element of respect for me that people wanted me to be able to have a holiday, and would work super hard so that I wasn't overly worried. But also, there's that sense of individuality. Martin McCutcheon. Grant. This is my moment.
This is my perfect moment.
But they can do more within their business to show what is possible.
Yeah.
And then having that drive, but you know, you've done it. You've had people around you who've come to the fore during those moments. What do you think was the big drive?
I think your culture plays a big part, and I know being at S3 myself, and in the culture I've created, or my teams have created in the businesses that we've built over the years. Culture plays a massive part because everybody's rowing the same way. They're all fighting for the same thing. But yeah, definitely right. If somebody gets that opportunity and they grasp it with both hands and they see, I can be the boss.
Honest men do an honest day's work.
For a couple of weeks or whatever it might be. And they're the type of people you want because they're the people that throughout their managerial or team leading or whatever are highly aspirant, but they are really saying, how much am I going to take before you give it to me? Because, you know, a lot of the time we pay people to do jobs they've never done before.
Yeah.
Right? Well, let them have a go at that. And that 2-week stint is a great test for anybody.
3 weeks. I used to have a management team who would gladly push me out the way, and I thought that was brilliant. I went on cruises. Right, and I know it's really sad, but I went on cruises. And if you're doing a transatlantic, and if you have to be in meetings for New York, always try to do it through a cruise. It's brilliant because they just move the clock forward an hour, which is good fun. And I used to phone the office, and we have a regular call-in. And because you can't always speak to the office, it's quite an effort to actually just go ship to shore to make that phone call. And the guys really quickly realised I wasn't checking in on them. They were just trying to reassure me that I could actually then go to do some dive bombing or play in the casino or go for cocktail hour and actually have a brilliant holiday. And they were making sure that I was safe in the knowledge that they had the business. Yeah. And that was really important.
I think it is important. I was saying to someone the other week, actually, that the hardest thing in business is when you feel you're not needed all the time and you've created this kind of entity, this enterprise. But that in itself defines some success, right? You've employed really good people who are doing really good things and you've given them enough information to run with and they've made it their own. But it is hurtful not being needed 100% of the time. It's what you want. But deep down, you've got to get over yourself, right?
100%. Gary, the only time I ever talk about myself in the third person is Gary's first rule of management is to make yourself redundant as quickly as you can to do the things you need to do and want to do, about taking the business forward so you can work on it and not in it. And people will desperately try to please you if you can get that right. Culture, efforts, the right people, that's the winning formula.
Absolutely, and it makes it so much easier just to hand on that kudos because look, money's one thing. It gives you options. It's Bahamas or Butlins. That's I say that to everybody, but in reality, everybody wants kudos for being good at something.
Right, well, we still love each other. Hopefully, you guys are having a good time as well. See you on the other side.